Hello students. Now this topic is only for the class plus 2 and today we will discuss collinear vectors. So as we all know that two vectors are said to be collinear if they are parallel. Now suppose that we have two vectors A vector comma B vector. Now what is the exact meaning of the collinearity of two vectors? I have already said two vectors are said to be collinear if these two vectors are parallel. Now there are two conditions. Uh, Suppose that this is A vector and suppose that this is B vector. These two vectors are like parallel or maybe unlike parallel. Means this is the first condition, and in the second condition this possibility can also occur. Means B vector A vector means both are unlike parallel, and this is the situation in which both are like parallel. So this is the situation known as like parallel, and this is the situation in which both vectors are unlike parallel. So two vectors are said to be collinear if they are like parallel or unlike parallel. In unlike parallel, one of the vector has these two vectors have opposite directions, and in like parallel both have the same direction. Now let us find out the condition in which we can say that what is the condition by which we can establish the collinearity of two vectors. Suppose that A cap unit vector along A dash direction representation, B cap unit vector along B vector. So in this case, we can say that this A vector is equal to magnitude of A into direction of A. B vector is equal to magnitude of B into direction of B, but plus minus. How plus minus? If vectors are parallel, we can say plus. If vectors are unlike parallel, direction is reverse. So that's why there is negative sign. Now let us find out the condition. In this case, we can say that now A vector can also be written as A vector is equal to magnitude of A divide both side by plus minus magnitude of B into plus minus magnitude of B. A vector same, divide both side by divide numerator and denominator by B vector plus minus B vector plus minus, and the direction of A unit vector remains the same. So A vector is equal to, now we can write it as now this whole thing can be written as lambda. This whole thing can be written as lambda, and what we left, we have plus minus B vector into A vector. Now it becomes A vector is equal to lambda time. Now what is this? This is B. Now you can see that this whole thing is equal to B vector. Now how it is a B vector? This is the magnitude of B. If we take plus A vector, A unit vector, then the direction of B, we can say that parallel to the vector of A. Means we can say that like parallel. Means magnitude of B into plus A unit vector. It will give magnitude of B as well as the direction of B. A cap plus A cap always represent the direction of B vector, which is in the direction of A vector, and negative A unit vector represent the unlike vector, that is the direction of B vector is against the A vector. So that's why we can say that A vector is equal to lambda B. A is equal to lambda B. So this is the condition by which we can say that two vectors are collinear. So what is the condition in which we can say that the two vectors are collinear? If A vector is equal to lambda B vector, we can say that these two vectors are collinear. So please note it, and how to derive the condition for collinearity. A vector is equal to lambda B. So you can easily now establish that if two vectors are parallel, then A vector or one vector is the scalar multiple of second vector है. So because this whole thing is a scalar quantity, so that's why lambda. So lambda here is a scalar. Similarly, in this case, if we take b, then after solving we will get b vector is equal to, say that b vector is equal to mu a. Now b vector is equal to mu a. How we get it? How we get it? If we apply this condition on the b vector, means if we apply similar condition, similar process on the b vector, so we will establish in that case b vector is equal to mu a. So if two vectors are collinear, then either a vector is equal to lambda b or b vector is equal to mu a. So please note it carefully, and if you find any difficulty, please mention in the comment. Thanks.